What is up, DG Army? Nethervoid, also known as Jiggity J to the John, here doing some more strategy series for you this week. Doing the Churchill. It's a tier 5 Russian heavy tank. It's a gold tank. You buy it for 1,500 gold, which is pretty cheap. Now, this is right before 8.1 comes out, so this might change over to a British tank. I'm not really sure what they're going to do with this thing. Hopefully they keep it as a Russian tank, just because it'd be kind of cool to have two different Churchills. I don't know the history behind this tank. I think the Russians bought some Churchills from the Brits. I'm not positive. Is that the, you guys will correct me, I know you will. So anyway, this is a fun little tank, especially for 1,500 gold. It makes a decent amount of money. I'm going to show you a couple games where I make a decent amount of credits. If you're kind of light on cash, 1,500 gold is really not that much. I think it's like 10 bucks or something like that. It might even be less. It might be, wait, 10 bucks? Is that right? Or 5 bucks? It might be 5 bucks. But anyway, this tank is dreadfully slow. It's a lot like, well, it's like a heavy tank, except it's even slower. And we'll go into the stats here in a minute. But so the way you're going to play this. Oh, also the gun does not have much pen, as you can see here. Well, 110, it's okay. You definitely have to pick out weak spots. It's got a really low damage gun, but it has an insane reload rate. A lot of the British guns are like this in the earlier part of the game. So the way you're going to play this tank knowing those things is you're going to want to get going right off the bat. Just wait long enough to see which way your team goes and try to fill the gap with wherever you need to put this tank. It has really good matchmaking, so you'll probably be either a top tier tank, or you're going to be fighting tier 6s. Usually I haven't gotten any battles higher than that. So you're going to want to pick an area and really just kind of brawl with it, get right up in there, make sure you're trying to take damage for your team. It doesn't have many hit points, it's only 700, so just be kind of careful. But so also the way you're going to play this tank, you're going to want to hide a little bit, because the weakness in the church is the front of the turret. It's only got 88 millimeters of armor. So you're going to be getting out there, just kind of, once you get on a guy, just machine gun him down with the speed of this gun. Don't even play the pop-out game, because if you do, your gun is not going to be doing enough DPS. This thing has quite a bit of DPS, so just stay on a guy and machine gun him down like you're going to see me do a couple of times. So that's kind of how you play this tank. Remember, it moves very slow, so you need to always be moving, because you'll never get anywhere if you don't. It's a lot like the MX-40 in that regard. So let's get into some stats. 700 hit points, not all that bad really. Pretty good, especially for tier 5. That's a decent amount of hit points. 300, and here's with the mobility piece I was talking about. 374 engine horsepower, pushing 39 tons, so it's less than 10 to 1 power to weight ratio. It's very sluggish, and you'll notice it right away. The nice thing about it, though, is it's pretty hardy, and if people don't know about the soft turret, which most people don't, you're going to get away with a lot. 28 speed limit, you're going to get into the low 20s, maybe mid 20s. It's very slow. Some people were pushing me around in this tank, some friendlies pushing me, to help me with my speed. That kind of helped in the beginning of the match. 20 traverse on the turret, not that great. Oh, I'm sorry, on the tracks, it's very bad traverse speed. You'll see, especially when you're on sand and stuff, this thing has a real hard time turning around. So you want to keep people a little bit at range. You don't want to get right in people's face, especially in mediums, because they're just going to circle you. It's very easy to circle this tank. So I like to keep people at range a little bit, especially with the speed of this gun. It's pretty easy to do. 176 hull armor and 88 turret, and you can see right there, that's why the turret has such bad armor. It's a flat 88 millimeters, and you can see the plate right there. You can see the seam. The 176 millimeters of armor is all in this front area, but it does have a weak spot here in the hatch here, and I think the machine gun port there is also a weak spot, so be careful for that. But you can kind of hide it with your tracks a little bit, and I think just take track damage if they hit you in the front. This thing does get a lot of nice track shots where I'm not taking any damage, especially if you angle, like here's a building and you have the turret sticking out like this, and angle that whole huge track out there. A lot of times you'll get lucky hits and just get track damage and no hit point damage. So also pay attention to that. 34 turret traverse is actually not very bad. The turret moves decently. Combined to make a 54, and again you'll see that's pretty much the turning speed of a heavy. It's really that the majority of the turning is on your turret and not on your track, so you don't want to get into a situation where we have to back up and turn around a lot. That's why I was saying only push in when you know you've got the advantage and you won't have to back up and stuff. 350 view range is decent for a tier 5 actually. It's pretty nice view range. It's not a low, which is like I think 400, but obviously a low is a tier 8. So 570 signal range on your radio, not the greatest, but pretty good. That's probably all you're going to need. Maybe at the very end, if you're on opposite corners of the map with somebody, you won't be able to see who they see or see them, maybe even, especially if they have a bad radio. With the Tier 5 games and stuff, you basically have Tier 5, 4, and 3 with you. They might have pretty bad radios, so this radio range is not the greatest, but it's not bad. Let's look at some modules here. Tier 9 radio doesn't seem like a Tier 9 radio. Again, 570 is not horrible. It's actually decent. We already talked about the tracks. They're not very good. The turn speed's kind of slow. Again, pretty bad engine. It's nice that it has a lower chance of fire. I almost never catch fire in this thing. Again, the turret, 88mm in the front. It's a very weak turret, even on the side, 88 from the side. This turret is weak all around. You really need to protect this turret. The gun, again, the pen is decent. It's basically a Tier 5 pen on the gun, especially with the nerfs that have been happening with Tier 5s. This is about average now, or better than average for penetration, about normal. Damage, again, it's a little low, but look at that rate of fire. It's 2 rounds per minute, or it's 2 rounds around every 2 seconds, let's just say. Pretty much. So you're like bam, 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 and you're going to see it in the video. That's actually how I take people out. You can take KV-1s out, and I do that a lot by shooting them in the weak spot over and over and over and over when they're out trying to brawl with you. You will get more DPS out of your gun than they can get out of theirs. Again, just make sure you hit their weak points. It's very hard on a KV-1 to pick out the weak points, but you can do it. So there's really no research to speak of because this gold tanks always come eliteed, so there are no modules to upgrade. As you can see, I don't have any equipment. If this is your primary credit grinder, I would suggest getting some equipment in here. I would get the normal stuff. I would get the vents. That's normal. I would get the rammer. That's normal. That's going to make this thing an insane machine gun. And then I would probably get maybe, well, not the toolbox, because again, if this is your main credit grinder, you're gonna have an awesome crew. Get these guys to 100% and get repair, so you won't need to repair the toolbox. I would probably get the laying drive, because this thing, it's not slow on the aiming, but with this kind of a gun, you want to pop out and start getting your damage off immediately. And the accuracy is not that good, and the aim time is kind of slow for this kind of a gun. So again, you're going to want to get the laying drive, I think, as your third piece of equipment. You could get coated optics, which will give you even more view range to spot people and stuff, but I think the laying drive is just a better choice. I never really get racked in this thing, so the wet animal rack doesn't seem like a good choice either. So anyway, that's that. And for consumables, tier 5 and 6, I get the small repair kit, and everything tier 7 and above, I get a full rack. Tier 4 and below, I get nothing. I do that on all my tanks. I don't really care. On credit grinders, especially this tier 5, don't get a lot of these consumables. You're trying to make credits in this tank. You're not trying to, survive the whole game and everything like that. And you don't want to be spending 3,000 for each one of these. There's only 2 choices here for rounds. You can either get the gold rounds, which I do not suggest. You're trying to make credits, or just pump everything into these armor-piercing rounds. So just get 140, you'll never run out. I've never have, and I doubt you could do it. Maybe if you try to kill the whole team, maybe. Your crew should look a lot better than this if you're using this as your credit grinder. I have not played that many games in this thing, so I don't have a great crew. This is a Russian tank crew, heavy tank crew, so you can train your Russian heavy tank crews. Like I could take out my IS-7 crew. If this was my main credit grinder, I would take my IS-7 crew and put it in here to play while I'm just grinding credits, and then that way my IS-7 crew would be getting the training benefit while I'm playing this credit grinder. With gold tanks, you can stick, if you have the same nation and same tank type, heavy tank in this case, you can put this IS-7 crew, which is for IS-7 only, and throw it in the Churchill, and they'll be able to operate just like if they were trained in Churchill, so that's fine. It doesn't work the other way around. Like if I took the Churchill crew, see how he's trained for heavy Churchill here? If I throw that in IS-7, they will be trained on a Churchill, so it doesn't work the other way around. So that's crew, that's this tank. There's not a lot to talk about. Let's get it into a few games here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Pretty fun tank. If you don't have one, I bought it when it was half off for $750. Definitely buy it if it's half off. It's an amazing, fun little tank. So let's get some games. So this is a great little game I had on Fjord's Standard Battle. And right here, I'm kind of just waiting for people to move out. I want to see where they're going. And you really have to, you can't wait too long doing this, just kind of, especially in the lower tiers, it's pretty easy. So I can see I'm already going to go this way. Looks like there's a lot of people going north. But our KV-1 is going this way, and I think we have another heavy going this direction. No, we only have 2 heavies. Okay, so this is a good little group. 2 big tier 5 heavies, and then a couple of smaller tanks. A couple of them way up there. They should not be pushing so far ahead. That's how you get killed fast. So again, you can see I'm only going 22 kilometers per hour, up a hill a little bit. I don't think this is considered rough terrain, but it's very slow. The Church is very slow, as you can see. The KV-1 is much faster than this tank, which is kind of weird. The KV-1, driven by a good player, will kill the Churchill every time. But typically, KV-1 drivers don't hide. They just kind of get out in the people's face, especially if they're top tier. So I think I show you in this game how you can take one of them out. I was going to go all the way around the back there at J4 and 5, but we've already got a guy there, and the Church is real slow. So I decided to go right up the center here. Trying to catch these guys as they come out. Again, not trying to push ahead too fast. Get surrounded. Looks like we've got a KV-1 perched up there in a great spot, so I decided, okay, I'm going to hide behind this rock. He's jacking up our KV-1 because he's just sitting right out in the open. Don't do that. So if you can see, he's getting hurt because he wasn't hiding at all. See how I'm hiding behind this rock? Now, it's not the greatest way. I'm not fighting anybody, or I probably would have aimed my tracks more like with my cursor here. So Artie's trying to nail me. When you're in the biggest tank, you're going to get Artie's going to rain down in you a lot. Not a very good shot here. That's because the aim time was just not that great. Plus the T-46 is moving pretty quick. So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens. Both their KV-1s are up there. Not really sure I want to just drive up in people's face. I don't think they can hit me though. So this is where I'm going to take my opportunity to move up a little bit closer to get some... Oh, here we go. See, when you shoot at KV-1s randomly, there's a good chance you're going to miss. You really need to pick out their weak spots. And I try to shoot at the top of the track there on the side. Generally where you can get a nice hit on them. But I got a ding. If I had 140 pen, it probably would have been a hit. So I'm kind of pushing up. I'm going to get behind some cover on my left and take out these little tanks so our guys can move up and not get killed. M10. Oh, I got to watch out for this guy. M10, great target for the Church. Soft armor. Every shot's going to be pen. And he's got just hardly any hit points. Trying to get... Oh! There we go. Bam! Now, well, he did kill our M4 already, so that didn't really help us that much. KV-1's waiting for me. There's no way I'm going to push up in that guy's face. No way. Our KV-1 went around back. Not a good idea. He should have just waited until we both pushed up. PZ-34, almost dead. That's a great spot you can drive around now that 8.0 is live. I do that quite a lot. Trying to take out some of these side tanks before I go after this KV-1 here. 480 hit points. He's still got quite a bit of hit points. He's sitting out in the open. Oh, here's a PZ-4. Oh, the gun depression's not very good on this tank. Bam! Okay, here's where you're going to try to circle me. Bam! I got to keep my turret on him. Got to keep my DPS on him. Tracked him. Nice. Alright, I got this guy. I'll let him take a side shot on me even. Bam! He's dead. See that machine gun? Machine gun gun on this thing is awesome. So I did get hit right there. But now I can see I'm getting at the top of his plate right there where it's flat. Where the machine gun turret is. And a couple, like a driver port, I think. That's the weak spot on the KV-1. You can pin him right there. Even angled. See, I'm penning. I'm getting pen shots on him. And he's just sitting out there. I'm giving him lots of track, so he's having a hard time hitting me. See this? See how it's mainly track? And that one pen shot was right on my turret. He's dead. I got some help from the other KV-1, apparently. Oh, who's this? PZ-4 trying to sneak up. I think he's trying to kill the KV. Missed shot. I'm not going to miss this shot now. Alright, machine gun. Get him, get him, get him, get... Oh, he's behind a dang house. Our team's getting lit up because they're just not playing very smart. And this is going to happen a lot in these lower tier games. Just people just drive suicide crazy, kind of. Oh, I wish I could have shot. No, he's gone again. The KV is being dumb. He's not hiding again. His KV drivers, it's like none of them know how to play or something. Should be hiding behind that house and popping out and shooting that PZ4. One shot, he'd be dead. You could ram him and he'd die. He takes out the guy who's not as much of a threat. I think the PZ4 had the derp gun on him. Really should have taken out the KV4. Okay, there we go. He's dead. Good. Getting capped. KV1 and M4. I think the KV1 was on that hill. Yep, there he is. The KV1, our KV1 should be shooting at him. He's oblivious. He's not even looking over there. I'm surprised this KV1 isn't jacking him up. There's his butt. KV1, oh, he should back up and shoot him. We got time. Yeah, sides are not working out that well with KV1. Can do a side of a turret. Probably should have been shooting him in the side of the turret there. So I'm thinking KV1, back up a little bit. Don't just run in there and try to kill the M4. But KV1 drivers, they don't wait. When I'm in a position like that, I wait. I know my friendly's coming up behind me. We've got time. We've got 50 seconds or so. Don't go in there and try to be a hero. I have 500 hit points. Now he's got 29 and he's still pushing. And he's dead. Wait. Let the tank with more hit points take the shot. Then you have 2 tanks to go run after him with. KV1 drivers, more often than not, die because they're not smart. Not because their tank's not good. Their tank is amazing. I wreck people with the KV1. I can wreck anybody on this field with that KV1. But again, they're not very smart. Look, no cover. Just now here I need to machine gun this guy down. I cannot let him keep reloading and where his DPS will be higher than mine, but I have to move around a lot. It's messing up my aiming. Here we go. Here we go. And bam! Oh, I thought I had him. I took my time even. Yes! Alright, he's dead. I only got one more guy to kill. Biggest problem with this next guy is he's got full hit points. It would have been really nice if that KV1 had survived. It could be 2v1 right now. Oh, he's behind me. I'm gonna go around here and get some better advantage on him. There he is. This is gonna be tough because I only have 400 hit points now. See how this thing turns? Slow as molasses. If I was that KV1, I'd be trying to come in here and circle me. A KV1 can circle this tank. Well, probably. But when you're in a KV1 and you're fighting a church, you need to move your tank around. Just jimmy it around. Just do this. Just kind of wiggle your tank around so they can't shoot at your weak spots. And then try to get in there close so that you can hit, because it doesn't matter where you hit a church with your 85mm gun, you're going to jack him up, because the KV1 has like 135 pen or 140 pen on their gun. Correct me if that's wrong, pretty sure that's correct. But it's definitely a much better gun if you play it correctly. If you play pop out, if you get in close with the church, you can jack them up. If you track the church, you can definitely do a lot of good. And churches get tracked very easily because they're all tracks. I mean, look at this. It's all tracks. So let's fast forward this a little. I was trying to wait for him to come out. I thought for sure he was going to come after me, but he's just being a baby and waiting. So let's fast forward. I'm trying to get a spot on him. Finally, there he is. He's kind of hiding behind a rock. There's his weak spot. I should have stayed up here and just machine gunned him down, and I decided to do it. Here we go. Oh no, he's backing up! Oh! This is looking better for me, and he's hidden again. Great. This is not good for me. I can't go up behind this. I was thinking about going up behind this house, but well, I probably should have done that actually, and I don't think I do. Let's see what I do. I come up on this side of the house. Use my track as a shield here. Let's see where he is. Well, I'm just going to drive right up behind that rock, I guess. He's hiding big time. There he is. Wow, he was hidden for quite a long time. Weak spot. Side is weak spot. Nice. Oh, he got a hit on me. Machine gun him down. Machine gun him down. Oh, that didn't go through. Come on. And oh, somehow it's not going through the weak spots. Again, ricocheted. Oh, he gets lucky and gets a kill on me. I should have killed him. But see, That's exactly how you do it. He was waving his tank around kind of like that, and it's hard for me to get a shot on his weak points. Although the shot right there, you can see where it bounced off his machine gun turret. If you look down in the corner, that should have went through. Also, that hit on the light right there, that should have went through too. So anyway, that's the breaks. That's what happens. Still 3 kills. Let's get some end plate action. So here are those end plates. This is the first one. You can see even with the defeat, I had a really awesome game. 1100 hit point, or 1100 XP game. And this was on the loss, so this would have been more like a 1600 point game if we had won. I got a Confederate, or I'm sorry, I got a Defender because I did take all the cap points off that M4. Killed 3 guys, damaged 6 guys, and spotted the KV-1 that actually got me killed. Great little game. Let's look at the next plate. I got sorted for XP. I got the highest XP on the team by almost triple, which is pretty bad. My team was just not very good. If I had a better team, I would have totally won that one. Actually, we almost won it just because I did so good. I even did better than the guy that killed me. There's only one guy on their team that did better than me, the M4 that was capping, I would imagine. He got 5 kills. Very good game, very good game. Let's look at the last plate. Okay, so the maximum repair cost of the church is 2,800. That's very good considering, and also I shot quite a bit of rounds, 1,300. I still made 27,000 credits on a loss. Again, I had a pretty good game. I did 1,300 damage on a 700 hit point tank, almost double my hit points in damage. Again, though, 28 hits, 22 pens, so you really have to be careful with where you're shooting. I also had lots of shots just kind of fly wide, and that's because of the accuracy of this gun's not that great. I had 106 base defense points, really nice. That's really tough to do in this tank because it's hard to get back to base in time. So great game, even with the loss. Let's get another game. Another great game here. This game is on Runeberg Standard. Now, I love Standard because I hardly ever get it with the higher tier games. I usually get like Encounter mode. Again, right off the bat, I'm going to start moving. It's pretty easy when you're in this kind of a tank to know where you need to go. A heavy on Standard goes in the city. Generally, you need to go in the city because you need to push people around and you can't be afraid of them. Also, you're going to keep Artie off your butt if you're in the city because as Artie, it's pretty hard to hit people in the city. So here I am pushing straight down, trying to get in good position because this tank is so slow. Again, I'm only doing 22 kilometers per hour, so not fast by any means. So I need to get in position quick. The Lukes is kind of traveling really far up there. It looks like he's scouting. Not the greatest idea in the lower tier games like this because you will get jacked up pretty quick. Well, actually, since it is a lower tier game, maybe he won't get jacked up that fast, actually. But so he's spotting quite a few people. There's one of their churches. Looks like they have 2. And wow, there's a lot of teammates over there. And all we have on my side is 1 heavy and a couple of mediums and a TD. I'm being a little cautious because I'm not sure who's going to be around this corner. Let's see who is. Nobody. Okay, I'm going to push up to the next part. This next section, I do this a lot. Matilda Black Prince, another little... it's basically a mini church, even though it's a tier 5. I think the church is much better than the Black Prince. It's got a similar gun setup. It's just an armor setup. It's just a little. It's actually slower than the church and has less hit points. It's got 610 hit points. Is that right? Yeah, and this has 700. So I think as a credit earner, this is much better. Now you can train medium British crews though. Oh, here we go. Church side armor. He's sitting way out in the open. Start hitting him in that turret like I'm showing you. Remember, try to only engage 1 tank at a time and only let 1 tank shoot at you at a time. So I'm just basically blowing their whole team away. Anybody I can shoot at. Keeping that gun shooting. Looks like the Matilda knows where to shoot this guy too. We're shooting right in the turret. I'm playing peekaboo here because he's got the same reload rate as I do. But now I decided to just play machine gun because it's taking too long to aim. I really need to make sure I can hit this guy right in the turret face like that. And he has a little bit of my turret too, but he's mainly got tracks. He's not shooting me where he needs to shoot me. I think he's shooting him, the Black Prince. He is dead. Yep, he was shooting the Black Prince that whole time. Probably a good idea because he's a lot easier to take out and we have similar guns. So let's come around this way. Ah, here's their other church, right out in the open. Getting jacked. I guess he's not watching the mini-map. Turret, and... oh, well, there's the butt. That's even easier. So let's shoot him in the butt. Machine gun him down. I think he... I don't know where he's shooting me. And... see where the shots go wild a little bit? You have to be, I mean, if you need to make your shot, just wait till that reticle comes in real tight, because the reticle is actually slower than the reload speed. So there, take out another Churchill. Where was he shooting me at? I've only been hit in the turret once. That's it. He must be shooting the Black Prince, I guess. Missing. Stoogs can be a problem because they have such a good gun. So just be real careful. This guy has the 10.5. I'm not all that worried about it because it's a pretty inaccurate gun. He gets shot from the back there, but luckily he doesn't pen. And my buddy, the Black Prince, takes him out. So we've pretty much cleaned up the city. Oh, a T-29, a T-49. That can be pretty bad too. He really should be trying to circle me. He doesn't. He's dead. He should use his speed. Okay, so that guy's dead. We're pretty much crushing these guys. This is a pretty bad team. M2, he has the derp, and he gets a pretty nice shot on me for about 150 damage or so. But since he's the only one left, he really should have been up there supporting those other guys. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was. Maybe he was doing something. I'm not really sure. So now we're capping. We only have 2 people left. Just kill them. We got like 9,000 tanks. We're going to be able to kill this guy. Again, shooting on the move, not very accurate. 2 shots, couldn't even hit him. He kills the guy with the lowest hit points, probably not a bad idea. Bam, he's dead. Alright, 1 guy left. Get out of the cap, dude. Let me kill this guy so everybody gets more XP and credits. S285B back there. Gets a nice shot on him. He must have a very fast reloading gun too. He's probably got the 57. And I don't even get a shot. So that's another great game. Let's look at the end plates for that game. So here's the end plate, the first end plate for that game. And as you can see, I got a Mastery First Class badge on this. Pretty good since I haven't played that many games in this tank. Really awesome game. Almost 1,800 XP right there on this game. Really, really nice. Killed 3 guys, damage 5. Lots of damage on this game. Some damage while having a guy lit. And then spotting 2 guys. Really awesome game. Let's look at the second plate here. Sorted to the top by XP. As you can see, I got top XP by over 500 from the second guy there. The second guy happened to be that Black Prince that was with me, supporting me. Really awesome there. Awesome teammates there. You can see what the difference is when you have a good team versus a bad team. The top 3 of us, all in gold tanks, were doing awesome. 10 kills between us. So there you go. Also 2 medals. So really awesome game. Let's look at the last plate here. Again, you can see the accuracy. The accuracy is not good on this gun, and the aiming time is not very good. The reload time is actually faster than the aim time, like I was talking about, and that actually causes you to kind of shoot quicker before your reticle comes all the way in. So that's why shot 33 only hit 26 times. Did get 23 pens out of that. 1,460 damage off a 700 hit point tank. Again, very good. Double my hit points and damage. Very good. Made 36,000 credits, and I think that's because we won the game, because this is a very similar damage amount to in that defeat. So a lot of bonus credits for being the victors here, and I think it's a pretty good little gold tank. It's 1,500 gold, not that much, and you can make a pretty good amount of credits with it, because it does get great matchmaking most of the time. And that is all there is for the Churchill. If the Churchill does change when 8.1 comes out and becomes British or something like that, which I don't really think is going to happen, but if it does, I will make another strategy series on this tank if it does change. If it doesn't, I'm just going to say, well, now it's a British tank, and big deal. Well, actually, it would change a lot. I probably would have to make another strategy series because it'll have a tech tree. But anyway, let me know what you think about this tank. I like this tank. It's probably my favorite. It's definitely my favorite Tier 5 gold tank. I don't have a Tier 6 or Tier 7, so whatever, but it's definitely, and also for the price, 1,500 gold is very cheap. I actually got this when it was half off, so watch out for those Tier 5 gold tanks that are half off. It's great for guys that don't have a lot of money, and you can even see without a premium account, still would have made 23,000 credits, so I think it's pretty good. Anyway, let me know what you think about the Churchill. See you next time, guys.